Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be going over a projector. This is one of the rare instances where I'm not going to show you folks the best budget-friendly, cheapest projector. In my opinion, sometimes you actually do get what you pay for, and this is one of those cases. I'm not going to say it's cheap. In fact, this entire case, which I'm going to show you everything that you get with it, is $764. Now you can get a cheaper base model that doesn't have quite as many extras and goodies that come in it for $670, but in my opinion, spend that extra $100 and get everything that I'm going to show you that it comes with. This is from XGIMI. Not totally sure exactly how to pronounce that, but I've got history with this projector and I've reviewed a lot of cheap projectors. Some of them work, some of them don't. I've had one projector that I took with me on a camping trip with my family that it worked here at the house. We got it out to camp and it just wouldn't work. These XGIMI projectors, in the last 4 years I've been using them, have been fantastic. In fact, I bought this one about almost 4 years ago maybe. This is also from XGIMI. This is, I think, the Halo Plus model. This little projector has been a workhorse when I need it to work, when I'm, movie nights essential out at camp. I always bring this one with me because I know that it works. It's like 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old though. It's got an internal battery. It built-in Android TV, no dongles required, just fantastic. So I've had experience with XGIMI and they're awesome. This is their latest, newest projector, and in fact I used it a couple of weeks ago out at camp. I don't know if you guys saw it. I only got to use it for about 30 minutes because it rained on me. But to start off with, you can see it comes with its own carrying case. It's just kind of really thick, heavy-duty foam, but it comes with a case. It's the only projector that I've ever had that came with its own case. So we're going to get it opened up, and here's everything that comes in this case. This is the $764 bundle. Everything except this HDMI cable. Doesn't come with that. This is the actual projector itself. This is the Laser 4 MOGO series, and you can see how kind of sleek and small it is. But let me get this thing kind of set up and kind of go over everything that's in this, and then we're just going to turn it on and I'm going to tell you why I like it. Now for starters, yes, you do get what you pay for, but everything in this case the case is built for each specific component. Directions that are actually easily readable and understandable. You get two remotes with this. You get one kind of standalone remote, and then you also get another remote that's actually tethered to this. So both remotes work, and I like that it gives you two of them. You've got a charging brick that's going to plug in to the projector. It does have an internal battery that's going to give you around between an hour to 2.5 hours off of the internal battery if you're going to run it on eco mode or standard mode. So eco mode is a little bit dimmer, and we'll talk about the ISO settings, but eco mode is not going to be quite as bright, or clarity is not going to be quite as good as if you're just on standard mode. So you'll get about an hour, hour and a half off of the internal battery on standard mode, but it comes with a charger, standard USB-C to USB-C, charge it up. And another kind of cool feature about this, and I'll show it to you, it comes with 4 filters. It's kind of a gimmick, to be honest with you, but they're just ambient filters. So you magnetically attach to the front of this projector, and there's 4 different, like a moon setting, like a water looking setting, a horizon setting, or filter, I guess I should say. But it's basically just kind of like an ambient light if you're not going to be watching a movie. But I'll show you what all those look like. Down here, this is actually a movie screen. So this whole kit comes with its own portable movie screen, which is what's in these 2 bags. And I'm not going to completely undo this one yet, but this is the actual metal stand for the case. So you just pull this apart and it creates a portable movie screen that you can take with you camping, and you don't have to worry about packing up a separate movie projector screen like I do. Now what I think makes this kit bar none the best, and why you should spend that extra $100 if you want a good projector, not a budget projector, but a good projector, is this right here. This is a power bank, but it's also a tripod for this projector. So let me get this out of the way. Inside this is a 20,000 milliamp hour battery. So what's going to boost up total runtime if you're using this with the projector to around 5 hours on standard mode. It's just got 1/4 by 20 threading, and you screw it together, Really not much to that. There you go. This is as tall as it gets, which is, I don't know if anybody cares, but from the ground to the base is 27 inches. Now the cool thing is that this guy right here, the projector, I'm gonna put this in my lap so you can kind of see it, just snaps on. Now we are good to go. So you don't have to bring another projector or a table. Like what I usually have to do with like this, with this guy right here, is bring like a little portable table to try to get it close to the movie screen, and then you gotta level the table and all that good stuff. But this has the projector built into it. If you want to utilize the battery in this stand, you do have to connect the USB-C, which has got a couple of USB-C ports right here, and then you will connect it to the USB-C on the actual projector itself. And that's going to provide power to the projector. Now you can see over here when I pull it up, it's got a full-size HDMI, which is great if you want to run a Roku stick or an Apple Fire TV stick, a gaming console, a PS5, full-size HDMI, and then a regular USB-A port right there too. And this is the actual projector. But I tell you what, guys, having this tripod here, it makes everything so much easier. But this is 360 degrees rotatable. So you can project directly up to the ceiling if you're laying in bed. You can project basically whatever angle you want. Nothing gets in the way. It can continuously rotate all day long. It's got two 6-watt speakers built into it. You can connect an external Bluetooth speaker like a JBL, whatever they call them, but like a Bluetooth speaker if you want kind of surround sound, or if these two 6 watts aren't enough. I'll tell you, while I was out camping and I used it, I had to keep the volume down below the midpoint because it was too loud. I didn't want to bug my neighbors. So I think unless you're in a party setting, these two 6-watt speakers are going to be plenty. Now this is the laser series. So there's the lens right there, the emitter. And basically it's just got 3 lasers in it that's going to project a more clear, more dynamic, a little bit more contrast. Like in darker scenes, it's going to give you a little bit more blacker blacks than a standard projector. It's got auto keystone feature, which actually works. Some of these cheap projectors, auto keystone is when you turn it on and you got a screen. It can sense where the screen is and level itself on the screen. These XGIMIs, this one works great. This Halo Plus worked great in terms of auto leveling or auto keystone. I do sometimes go in and manually adjust the corners to get it right on the screen edges. And speaking of screen edges, this is said to be able to project up to a 200-inch screen. However, I would only get at max 120 inches, because once you get outside that 120 inches up to 200 inches, you're gonna lose a lot of sharpness, of clarity. So yes, this can project a giant 200-inch screen. I wouldn't recommend it though. 100 to 120 inches is about the biggest I would go. I was using a 60-inch screen, and it was, you know, when you're outside camping right next to your truck, a 60-inch screen feels giant. So I think that's plenty big. And also, like I said, this comes pre-installed with Google TV. So none of that malarkey of having to run a dongle. You don't have to necessarily run a Roku stick or an Amazon Fire Stick TV, an Apple TV, whatever. This has got Google TV built into it, and it supports Netflix without any other like third-party app that some projectors use. So you literally, if you have Netflix, if you use Apple TV, you can download Apple TV onto this, Hulu, Amazon Prime, whatever your streaming service of choice is, it can run it internally from here. No dongles needed. That makes it so simple. This makes it really easy where you can just get all your apps, log into it, and you can watch whatever you want off of your specific streaming service. Makes it really easy. It is 1080p. It's not a 4K projector, but I'm not aware of any 4K portable projectors anyway, and if there are some, they're gonna be $2,000–$3,000. So in all reality, having it 1080p outside on a moving fabric-y type movie screen, it's great. You're not gonna be like, man, I wish I had 4K, because this just doesn't look good. 1080p, that's 1080p right here that I've used this, and it's crystal clear. This is crystal clear. You're not gonna be wishing you had 4K, so don't let that deter you in this. And to piggyback off of the 1080p projection, this puts out 550 ISO lumens. That's not the brightest, it's not the worst, But anything higher than that, you're not going to have a portable projector. You're going to have to get one of those bigger table-sized projectors that's going to produce more ISO lumens, and that basically just means brightness. So this is not going to be good in the daylight. Don't try to set this up at camp or even in your living room during the day with the window shades open. This really needs a dark room with that 550 lumens. Now that's more than most projectors. Even the base model of this, I believe it's the Mogo 3, has 450 lumens. So this has got 100 more ISO lumens projecting out of it. But just keep in mind, these are made for watching movies at night in a dark environment, in a dark room with no windows, or at least the window shades closed. But as soon as you start adding in a little bit of environmental light to the area you're watching these movies in, it's gonna kind of wash out the movie or the TV show or whatever you're watching. So that's it for this XGIMI Mogo 4 laser projector, guys. I've done a lot of projectors. I've used a lot of projectors over the years on my solo camping trips, my family camping trips in the RV. We use them a lot, and I can tell you that out of all the ones that I've used, minus the old XGIMI, this one is probably the slickest. You know, the fact that it comes with everything that you need. The screen and the stand actually really surprised me. The stand is extremely easy to set up. There's not any loose pieces. It's all attached by bungee cords, kind of like a camping chair. So you just take it out and it kind of expands on itself. And a 72-inch screen, guys, is more than enough in most instances, which is what this screen size is. And it's got ground stakes underneath here if you want to, you know, peg them to the ground. These filters are kind of, whatever. I don't know if I would ever use the filters, so I don't buy this kit for the filters, definitely. But the tripod is a huge bonus. You don't have to bring an extra table to put the projector on. It's just a nice projector. What can I say? It is not a cheap projector. It is not a budget projector. You're gonna have to really want a projector to spend 750 bucks on this. But if you do a lot of camping, if you do a lot of movie time with the family, these XGIMIs are great projectors, and I can say that because I bought the first one myself, and I've had great experience with it, and this one seems to be pretty good too. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. No need to drag this out as much as I already have. So take one last look of everything that comes in this kit if you're interested, and I will leave the link for this projector, be an Amazon affiliate link. XGIMI did not pay me for this review, so we will see you soon, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching.